My name is Hubert Zadorek, and with us we have Bruno Chavez, who's our student leader. You have two logos here on the first slide. One of them is the Future Leaders and the Center for Global Business logo, and then the other one is ECLAT Foundation. So I'll tell you a little bit about these two logos. So next slide, please. So we'll talk about the program. We'll talk about the scheduled activities, benefits for you as students from participating in this program. We'll talk about the registration requirements, and Bruno will cover the program costs, and we'll open up to Q&A at the end. Next slide, please. Okay. So again, my name is Hubert Zadorek. I'm the director of the Center for Global Business, and this is where this program is housed right now. It's organized by the center in collaboration with, and here's perfect timing, Dr. Beth Nikopoulos, who's part of the Leadership Center here at UT Dallas. And I mentioned Bruno, our student assistant, graduate student assistant, and also Tanya Hayden, who's not here with us, but she also supports this program. So on the right-hand side, you see the mission statement of the Center for Global Business, and this is where we work to make sure that we help you develop skills, competencies to become future leaders, to meet the challenges of the business world, of the world itself. And we do so by giving you high quality learning and also providing you with global network partnerships and opportunities to do research. Next slide, please. As I mentioned on the first slide, there was a logo of ECLAT, our partner, one of our partners. ECLAT stands for Education Changes Lives and Times. And on the left-hand side, you see a photo of the ECLAT Foundation sign that you see in the atrium of JSOM. So as you walk into JSOM, you see this logo, the organization's logo, as well as the sign. They have partnered with us to support students from all over the world with funding, with connections, with opportunities. They want to make sure that they provide students with opportunities to become future leaders, students who wouldn't be able to do so otherwise. Next slide, please. Okay. What is this program about? The Future Leaders was born in 2018 with an invitation for students from Taiwan to take part in our in-person activities here at UT Dallas. And since then, we've evolved, and we'll tell you about the structure of our current program, but we've evolved quite a bit to bring both UT Dallas students and students from Asia together to participate in these in the activities. So we want to make sure that we are giving you opportunities to become global citizens and global leaders by allowing you to meet, to learn, by allowing you to do research, by giving you opportunities to meet with award-winning scholars, and to meet with global leaders from a variety of industries and communities. So we'll talk about that in the next few slides. Next slide, please. Okay. You hear the word leaders a lot, right? It kind of became a buzzword, but why do we need leaders, right? Everybody wants to be a leader, right? But a lot of students kind of don't know necessarily what that really means. So one of the major components of this program is we want to make sure that you kind of understand the environment that we live in, the problems that exist. And then because the markets are interconnected, we have to think in multi-dimensionally in terms of how to solve those problems, right? So this is why we need students who come with an open mind, who are willing to learn, and who are curious about the world, who are curious about connecting the dots. Right. So when you think about global leaders are able to connect the dots between economics, between history, between business, between geography, between politics, and so on and so forth. And as you advance throughout your career, the higher you go, the more the better ability to connect the dots you will need to have. So, next slide, please. So let's talk about the program timeline here. We are right now we're in the process of registration, giving students additional info sessions, and we are going to start interviewing students this week and next week. These are students. We will have two cohorts this semester, one from UT Dallas and one from Taiwan. So you're going to come together and you're going to help to find solutions to existing problems in your community. So until April, we're gonna be going through the selection process, and then once we select the students who are going to participate in the program, we are going to send out the invitation letters and tell you what to expect next. This is a very again, selective, endowed program. So we want to make sure that the students we select are truly committed, engaged. There's mandatory attendance requirement. There's mandatory attendance in all of our sessions. So we want to make sure that you prioritize this program over everything else that you have, because we invest a lot of time, a lot of resources in their development. June 28th to July 3rd, this is our virtual week. We'll go through group introductions, professional development, team building, so on and so forth. And then once that week is done, then we'll bring everybody to campus. We have a group of students coming from Taiwan to participate in these activities. So July 6th, we'll have a combination of company and cultural visits and a trip outside of Dallas. Mostly, I think it's going to be to Austin. And then after the 3 weeks at UT Dallas are completed, then we will take you to Taiwan. It's going to be a 1 week to Taiwan. Cultural tours, company visits are going to be part of that 1 week. And then 1 week in Taiwan is covered by us. And we'll tell you more what's covered, what's not covered a little bit later. So next slide, please. The online sessions are going to include a lot of business communication. We want to make sure that you have the skills and competencies to get in front of people that you're going to meet, so that you're able to communicate, that you're able to talk about yourself, talk about your accomplishments, talk about your future, talk about your aspirations, and tell an interesting story. So we want to make sure that you are ready to network globally. These sessions are in the morning, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And this is the reason is that we are, bringing students from Taiwan to participate in the session. So we are 13 hours behind, or there are 13 hours ahead of us. So it's going to be 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. their time. Next slide, please. Okay. So here's kind of an overview of the in-person activities, July 6th to July 26th. Team building activities, personal development, and cultural visits. So we'll do 3 hours in the morning, then we'll have lunch, and then we'll do a cultural visit in week 1. Okay, so that's kind of the template for week 1. Week 2, it's a combination of introductory lecture to global business as well as leadership sessions, and afternoon sessions are going to be devoted to company visits. And then week 3 is going to be mostly students working on a project. We call it social impact plan. In week 1, you are going to be asked about a problem that exists in your community. And then in your groups, you're going to start thinking about how to address that problem. You're going to start looking into research. You're going to start looking into ways to provide recommendations. And in week 3, the entire week 3 is going to be devoted to working on that project. That week 3 will conclude with the final presentations to our industry board as well as community members, and we'll conclude with a graduation and a celebration from the program. Next slide, please. Here are some of the examples of activities from 2024 and 2025. So you see a variety of cultural activities as well as company visits. We have Rangers game, we have Dallas Cowboys Stadium, we have multiple company visits to Altair Global as well as Toyota, and then we have visits to local governments such as Frisco City Hall and NASA Space Center Museum as well. Next slide, please. Here are some student testimonials. I'm not going to read all of this for you, but as you see, the highlights from each testimonial emphasize the elements that really these students were able to obtain from the program. So it's a very immersive program. So there's a lot of learning that's taking place. There's a lot of activities, and students are. You can see the improvement, the development after 3 or 4 weeks. So again, the program gives students the ability to push themselves beyond their limits. Some students are hesitant to give presentations, to talk in front of people. We have the final presentations are going to be in front of large groups of people. So we're expecting about 80 to 100 people in attendance, right? So we want to make sure that you are ready to present in front of people and also meet and connect and develop global network. So next slide, please. And then the Taiwan trip. So the students who will go through the online week, then 3 weeks at UTD, will also travel to Taiwan and interact with our FLP and UTD alumni who are living in Taiwan. We'll go through a number of cultural sites and company visits. So we'll talk about that next. Next slide, please. Okay, so here are the company visits from 2025 and cultural experiences from 2025. So quite a lot of activity. You have a company called BenQ, a company that specializes in electronics, monitors, projectors. We have a mid-sized semiconductor company called Diodes and an energy company called Delta Electronics. And then you have a variety of different cultural experiences, and one of them stands out because students actually gain a lot of really interesting insights from that, which is the night market experience. This is where you buy food. This is where you buy gifts on the street. This is where you negotiate. So it's an experience in itself. Next slide, please. Okay, and here are some benefits for UTD students to participate in this program, in this course. So this is an IMS 4V94, which is Seminar in International Management, which should qualify as your free elective. So make sure that, especially with your accounting degree, make sure that you confirm that this program fits in as one of your free electives. You're going to be able to join a large alumni community of FLP members, but also UT Dallas members who have graduated and moved back to Taiwan. We have over 600 students who have graduated from UT Dallas that live now in Taiwan, and this is part of your leadership experience. You're gonna be able to rely on some of those connections to help you out in the future. Next slide, please. And here's a photo from one of their activities, and you can see kind of the benefits that are associated with being part of this. So again, social integration, mentorship guidance. A lot of our alumni are in leadership roles right now throughout Taiwan. They travel overseas. Some of them are still studying. Some of them are doing master's degrees and doctoral degrees outside of the U.S. or outside of Taiwan. And we want to make sure that you rely on this network to help you facilitate future and advance your professional activities. Next slide, please. So I'm going to stop here and turn it over to Bruno, who will go through the application requirements. You are muted, Bruno. There you go.
Yes. Okay. So hi, everybody. Again, this is Bruno. I was the coordinator for last year, and I'm also coordinating the program this year. So what are the application requirements? We have 5 set ones, which are a college transcript, a resume, 2 recommendation letters, a statement of purpose, and an introduction video that we're going to explain much more in detail in the following slides. Now, for the resume, this is just your most recent resume. As UTD students, you have access to templates from the UT Dallas Career Center, which is what we recommend. The only thing that we ask that it is visible within your resume is your current GPA out of 4. For the statement of purpose, it should explain your goals and showcase your fit for the program. What are your academic objectives? What are your career objectives? As well as why are you a good match for this program? It should be 1 page, and we recommend that it is 11-point Arial. And next are the recommendation letters. These are, we are looking for them to be from an academic source, which is a professor or a student organization, and a non-academic person, which could be like a past job, a past internship, a volunteering experience, or anything that you've participated in the past for which a person could write a recommendation letter for you. Now, for the college transcript, it should be just your most recent one, showing your titles, your grades, your credit hours, and your GPA. Finally, for the most recent requirement, which is the video submission, it's a 3-minute maximum video talking about your introduction, which has all of your academic details like what's your major, what year are you in, and everything like that. Talking about a past leadership experience that you want to relate to this program. It could be the one that represents you the best. And finally, your plan to impact your community after the program. As we've mentioned, the purpose of this program also includes going through a project about solving problems within your community. So you should have something in mind before coming in, and this is what you should talk about in the video as well. Throughout these slides, there are many links that you can click within to see like full details, full guidelines, and they're going to be available to you via email right after this meeting. Finally, what are the program costs? Since this is a course like any other, it's going to be paying for those 3 credit hours, and that includes parking during the program's duration, the accommodation during the activities outside of DFW, meaning that trip outside of Dallas, as well as the trip to Taiwan, and the round trip airfare to Taiwan as well. It does not include any visa fees that you may incur in case your passport needs a visa to go to Taiwan. Many countries do not require it. For example, US citizens or people with a US passport don't need it. So please check your regulations for your passport if you need to get one. And finally, any additional personal expenses that you have during the trip to Taiwan, like if you want to go shopping or anything like that, that's not included. And then this is the QR code for UTD students to apply. The application deadline is March 30th, with all the documents they also being due by that date. They are submitted within the same application form. And with that, I'm going to give it back to Professor Hubert so he can take your questions, and we thank you for attending to today's session.
Thank you so much, Bruno. So I'm going to open it up to Nancy or Arseni, see if you have any questions.
Yes, I'm kind of worried right now because I see the GPA has to be about 3.6 and I'm below 3 right now. So I guess I'm not qualifying for this program right now.
So this is an example. This is not the requirement.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought it was the requirement for to get into the program.
No, this is
Okay.
an example.
Okay, my other well, I don't know if the other student has another question, but my other question is FAFSA or my financial aid, it will be covering the program?
So it's up to you to find out.
Okay.
So it's a course that's delivered during the summer for 3 credits. So so you need to check with your
The financial aid?
financial aid to see if it qualifies for support.
Okay. And what is the other question I have? Because I brought it with me over here, but because most of the slides were explaining everything, most of the questions I have. So I think those were my main questions right now. And I don't know if he has another questions.
Okay, Arseni, do you have any questions? Arseni? Okay, so I'll see him in class today. So if I'll catch up and see if he has any questions after class. So, Nancy, any other
No,
questions?
actually, the slides as responding all my questions that I had before. So thank you for being here. I made the appointment for 2 days ago, but unfortunately I can be on the meeting. But now, well, thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Great. We'll look forward to having you apply to the program, and the deadline is March 30th. And then after that, we try to process applications as they come in, and then we try to schedule interviews a few days after that. So the sooner you are able to submit, the better. So.
Okay. Last question. So I do the application. I submit all the paperwork and everything that you need, and then I will receive if I will qualify for the interview, or I get the interview. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You'll receive an invitation for an interview, and then after that, you'll receive a letter, a decision letter. So
perfect. Okay. Well, thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.